guys, welcome back to another episode of Lowysfishing. Just down at Stockton today, come for a bit of a flick. Westerly winds and rain, not the best, so I had to change what I wanted to do. This will do for now. Hopefully we can get a couple of fish anyway. That's the whole idea of going fishing, is to get some fish, big, small, whatever. I'm never going to top last trip anyway for a long time with those 3 metre plus dewies, so expectations are a lot lower this trip. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. Let's get into this fishing. Rightio, I'm going to start out just using this. I like this prawn, olive oil, in the bait junkie. I think it's 3 inch. Always seems to do okay for me. I think I just got a 1/4 ounce head on it. We'll see how we go with wind. I might have to go a bit heavier later on, but for now this will do. Right, so I've given this first spot about 15 minutes, I think. The fish, they don't want to bite. I can see them on the sounder, but they're just not interested in biting. It's really hard to fish here too at the moment. The westerlies are just like pumping straight down towards me, so I've got this big bow in my line. It's not ideal, that's for sure. So I don't think I'll stay here too long, just because it's just too hard to fish. And when I do get bites, they're going to be really hard to hook. So I think I'm better off putting my time in somewhere else, where it's going to be easy to set that hook when I do actually get a bite. So if the fish decide to play, I don't think here's going to be the spot. There's a bite. Just wanted to prove me wrong, I think. I think it's just a little flatted. Yeah, it's just too hard here to fish how I want, so I'll give it a couple more casts now I've got this fish. There we go. Nice little dewy to kick things off. Not the caliber of the fish from last week, but as expected, that's just not going to happen. So there's the prawn in his mouth. That's the olive oil bait junkie 3 inch. How are you, buddy? Come to say g'day. Geez, he's got that hook in there good. Right on the top of his mouth. See you, mate. Alright guys, off the donut at least, that's always good. Tide's just turning a little bit. I'll give it 15. They might switch on, they might not, but I will give it that 15, and then I've got another spot in mind I can check out. So we'll keep plugging away for a little bit, just because we got that one, and we'll see what happens. Right guys, gonna make a bit of a move. It's just too windy here. I just can't fish it how I want, so I'm just gonna bite the bullet and try and go somewhere else a bit easier. I don't want to waste this change of the tide period here trying to battle the wind. So hang about, we'll change spots and we'll see if we can get some fish. I don't know if I've got time to set up the main camera, but we are on a fish. How's that wind just pumping right in his face? Oh, what do we got? A nice little dewy. Oh, he's all tangled up. Get him in the net. Beautiful. Oh. How good's that, guys? Beautiful colour match there. And that 5 inch bait junkie prawn, very similar to that small soapy there. That's awesome. Well, he's probably a schoolie, not a soapy. He's a bit bigger than a soapy. Right up, let's give us a look. That 5 inch bait junkie prawn again doing the damage. Not a big fish this time, but definitely better than nothing. Anyways, we'll put this fella back in so we can live to fight another day and get bigger. Might be able to catch him another time. Definitely ready to go. Righto guys, up for another move I think. It's real windy here now, as I was when I got here, but it's worse now. So I just want to go and fish somewhere a bit more calm, a bit more relaxing. See how we go there anyway, but got a nice fish here. We'll move on, just try and find somewhere better to fish. Alright guys, picked up another bite. What do we got? A jagged blackfish. Well, that's fairly unexpected, let me tell you. No wonder why they felt like some weight. The jagged a blackfish in the side. Oh. It felt half decent, obviously, because it's jagged in the side, but it is not. But it's just this blackfish. But it's a fish. Alright, well, unhook it, get it back. Alright guys, one more cast with the big prawn. Just tucked in here behind the wharves, just try and get out of the wind. Everywhere I want to try and catch a dewey, it's just blown out. So it's just awful conditions to do it. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and just put some time into that little Daiwa bait junkie prawn, the 2.35 inch I think it is. I'll put the heavy rod down for now, and I'll just pick up that lighter setup and have a flick with that. You never know your luck. Might get some brim, flatties, who knows. Some smaller dewey. But yeah, all the good spots I want to fish, they're just blown out today, so unfortunately that'll be on the back burner. Another time I'll wind in this big one, and yeah, I'll put a smaller one on the light rod and we'll go from there. Guys, we swapped the 5 inch for this one, 2.35 inch. I just got the motor oil with a 1/6 jig head. We'll see how it fares. You never know. Just fishing about 10-12 foot here, just shallow water. What do we got? The old brimbo. There we go. That's about what you can expect sort of here. Fish like that. We'll get him back. Off you go. Maybe a brim. Who knows? It's not big. There we go, little brim. There he is. We'll get him back. Got a bit of heart, this one. Same thing, not overly big, but fun. I'm somewhat out of the wind, but not greatly, but somewhat. .35 inch prawn doing the damage again. We'll get the lip grippers on him. It's just so much easier to do everything with the lip grippers. There we go. Let's get this prawn out. It's doing well. It's getting plenty of fish. Nice colours on that brim too. Very nice. Righto mate, we'll get you back in. Go join your mates. Another one. Just a little school of fish just sitting here on the corner. Most likely another brim, yeah. Come here, mate. Another brim there, guys. That's probably the best one so far. Definitely putting some numbers on the board anyway. See ya, mate. Besides the tugboats hammering out and in, feels like a washing machine in here. Besides that, the fishing on the brim's pretty good. I'm tucked out of that westerly a little bit, so you can't really hide from it. Still gets you, but just getting me a lot less here than other places. So I'm happy to get a few fish on the board whilst not getting blown away. Not doing anything exciting with it, just casting it to the edge, letting it sink to the bottom, giving it 3 or 4 shakes with the rod tip and wind as I'm doing it so it brings the slack in, and then letting it sink back to the bottom. Just waiting to feel the bite. Easy fishing. I'm casting pretty much directly into the wind too, so I've still got really good contact with the line and I can get away with running like a 1/6 jig head. guys. And you smash that prawn. I've ended up having to go like a 3/8 jig head just with the wind and current. What have we got? Pelican's eyeing it off already from the distance. Sorry mate, but he's going back in the water. You get your own fish. Swing it around that way. There he is there. Yeah, 3-inch prawn this time getting it done. Righto guys, another little one. Better than a brim, especially when the brim weren't that big, but just on the 3-inch prawn. Yeah, I've got a heavier jig head on this one because the tide and the wind's just wreaking a bit of havoc. There's almost nowhere to fish, so I've just come back to where I was fishing this morning. It's still horrible here, but catching some fish, so I can't complain. All right, we'll get this fella back in. Yeah, I know, mate, I know. You gotta get your own bot. Push. There, mate. The wind's just been terrible today. Everywhere I've gone, like everywhere I want to go, I just can't fish there. And I think tomorrow's just the same, plus rain. Not ideal conditions for making fishing videos. The spots are very limited and the conditions are just horrible. But we've caught a few fish, that's not too bad. A couple of small dewies, some brim, a couple of little schoolies. It was better than sitting at home, but it wasn't the day I was hoping for. I never like coming out when it's like heaps windy. Just takes away too many options for you. So this is what it's actually like when you come out from the little sheltered spots. It's absolutely horrid. I'm definitely going to wrap this up because it's absolutely awful out here. The wind is absolutely howling and there is just nowhere to fish. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video and I'll see you guys on the next one, preferably in some better conditions. See you guys.